How's it going? It's Sean Bradshaw from cyberfret.com, and in this lesson I want to talk about some jazzy chords, and specifically playing a chord progression that's very common in traditional jazz music called a 2-5-1 chord progression. And basically what that means is, in building chords, if I was to play, in this case, a B-flat major scale, and I was to give a number to each one of those degrees of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the chords built off the second, fifth, and the first degree of that scale are a C minor 7, F7, and a B-flat chord, B-flat major 7. And we're going to see that that's a great freedom of jazz, is that we can take, and as long as we have something that's compatible, you know, a B-flat major 7, B-flat major 7 with a 13, B-flat 6-9 chord, you know, they're all things that can be kind of interchanged here. But the basic idea is that we've got a C minor chord, F major chord, B-flat. But in jazz, we're not really doing that. We're kind of making these more jazzy, more, you know, adding some other color tones to these. And so I'm going to show you a couple of kind of cool ways that you might negotiate playing a 2-5-1 chord progression. So first, let's take a look at a couple of chords here. First one is going to be a version of a C minor 7 chord. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my second finger, put it on C, 8th fret of the 6th string, and then my third finger is going to bar across the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings at that 8th fret. And I'm also muting out the 5th string with my second finger by lightly touching it. And I'm also muting out the 1st string very lightly by touching it with my 1st finger, although I could bar across and get that 1st string in there. It just depends on the situation. Now I'm going to show you also something that I do very often with my right hand in playing jazz, and that is, instead of strumming, what I do is I use my pick and then my first, or my second, third, and 4th fingers to kind of pluck out notes. All right. So in this case, my pick is playing the 6th string, my second finger is plucking the 4th string, third finger is playing the 3rd string, and pinky is playing the 2nd string. And the idea is that I'm kind of moving from these big knuckles. I'm trying to kind of pull here instead of kind of, you know, lifting up my hand like this. All right, trying to make as minimal amount of motion as I can. And what I also do a little bit is I give a little bit of an emphasis to that note with my pinky. And the reason is I can get different kind of melody note things happening. All right, so you most certainly can strum. All right, it just depends on the situation, but just to show you, as you see me play, I'm kind of playing with that pick and then my fingers a little bit. You can also kind of alternate bass and the upper part. All right, so that's going to be our basic 2 chord here to start off with. And then I'm going to go to an F7 chord. Which I'm going to have my 3rd finger on the 5th string at the 8th fret, my 2nd finger on the 4th string at the 7th fret, my pinky on the 3rd string at the 8th fret, and then my 1st finger on the 2nd string at the 6th fret. And I don't want to play the 6th string, and I don't want to play the 1st string. So just those 4 strings there. And then the last chord we're going to have, that was an F7. That was the 5 chord. And then the last one, I'm going to play a B-flat major 7 chord. And for this one, I'm going to have my first finger here on the 6th string at the 6th fret, my 3rd finger on the 4th string at the 7th fret, pinky on the 3rd string at the 7th fret, and then 2nd finger on the 2nd string at the 6th fret. I'm muting out the 5th string with my 1st finger by lightly touching there, and I'm also muting out the 1st string with my 1st finger as well by letting it touch down here. All right. So what I have here is C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7. Got ahead of myself and started to play the chord I'm going to show you next. But C minor 7, F7, and B flat. And you know, I'm not going to go into a lot in this lesson about what you can do rhythmically. You know, kind of listen to a little bit of what I'm doing. But if you're kind of confused as to what to do with rhythm, you know, at first you might just try playing quarter notes. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have one measure of C minor 7, one measure of F7, and then two measures of the B flat major 7. 2,